3, 2, 1. My son is gutted as he's lost his Pokemon and Mario Odyssey saves. The issue, put simply, is that it's no power. It was working fine one day and then wouldn't turn on the next. It was cheap because there is an obstruction in the headphone jack. What Andy doesn't know is that I'll be paying £40 for the faulty device and then sending it back to him working. Let's take a look at the Switch. Overall condition isn't bad at all. In this top corner here, I've got what's called an ammeter. This is going to help me measure the current. It looks like it's got a pretty full battery. What happens if I go to power on the device? Do we see any changes up here? It doesn't look like it. Let's go ahead and strip down the device. Now, the insides of this Nintendo Switch also look pretty clean. Whoa, what's that? Well, this is the headphone jack that he's talking about, and that looks to be a little bit of corrosion or water damage just here. Let me go under the scope quick. Let me check inside the port. There's a little bit of gunk in there, isn't there? Nothing major though, if I'm honest. That little bit of water damage or corrosion, should I say, around the screw hole. Oh, what do we have here? What are you, Mr. Liquid? Am I going to be able to wipe this away? I am. Okay, all right. And around this screw hole as well. Now this is a tough one. A, because it's been water damaged. Water is never good with electronics. Shock, literally. But B, because I can't see exactly where the issue is coming from. I'm going to come in with a thermal camera on my phone. This chip that is getting hot here is the BQ charging IC. 26 degrees is around about normal. So I'm going to ignore that for the time being. One thing I can't ignore is this little heat spot right here. If I go a little bit closer with the thermal camera, it seems to be this chip. So what are the chances that it's actually this chip itself? Back to the multimeter. This side is not meant to be. Okay, so we don't have a short on this cap. This is ground, as we know with this cap. This side is not meant to be ground. Potentially, we have found our issue. How are you going to find out which one is causing the issue? Well, we're going to inject voltage. If I take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and put it on those caps and inject the voltage, can you see this cap is evaporating the isopropyl alcohol more so than this cap? I think this is the cap that is at fault. Let's remove it from the circuit. And to do that, we are going to go 400 degrees Celsius at 50% airflow. And just like that, we're off. Take a donor capacitor from another Nintendo Switch motherboard and just put it in place here. Perfect. Now to measure here, is our short gone? Yes, it is. Let's get this back in the chassis to see if we can read that Pokemon saved game data. Let's see what happens. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Yes, there we go. Battery symbol. Yes, let's go. I'm going to put this back together and see if I can read that data. Also, quick note regarding the game slot, I've just replaced it. Look at that. Back together, and I can indeed confirm the data is here.